Are you
Rickety Gadzooks.
are you trying something? Is that your intro slogan?
Hey, that should be. Rickety Bow.
Maybe if there's something like visual, like a sound effect.
Oh, you know what? You're right. You know how the old Batman flips used to do?
Yeah.
Damn, Zap. Yo, Rickety Bow.
Yeah. I think that may help.
Rickety Bam. Rickety Boom.
Rickety Bow.
What's good, y'all? Go ahead, back. That'd be Keys, I'd be AC.
My new name is Confused.
Hey, look, I'm gonna change my to Rickety. I need something long. Rickety Gadzooks. Rickety Gadzooks. That's it right there. Next week, Rickety Gadzooks. Shouts out to That's Effects. Shouts out to That's Effects. Oh my God, so much to talk about. Let's get into it. The point guard has been traded. Wait, okay, look,
He's also got a book out.
He does. You know what? He does, and I don't players usually wait until they retire to put the book out?
LeBron's got a couple books out.
LeBron, we all know LeBron doesn't read. We all know he doesn't read. Come on. We all know he doesn't read. Come on.
But it doesn't matter. He wrote it.
That joke ain't right. That joke did not write that book.
The author, man. He's an author.
His middle name might be Arthur. I don't know. I don't. Whatever. I mean, when you make that kind of money, you got that kind of prestige. Okay, yeah. Go ahead.
Yes, I guess usually players wait until they retire to put the book out. Then they have the time, I guess, supposedly to put the book out and stuff. But it's the off season.
You're right. It's the off season. But what's in the book? What's in the book? I mean, that's usually why they wait till they retire. You know what I'm saying? You know, because if there's something in the book and you still playing,
I don't think there's anything that's in the book that's like secret revealing about like things or people in the league. I don't think it's anything like that. I don't think it's a tell-all.
Well, okay, so the name of the book is 61 Life Lessons from Papa. Here's the part. On and off the court. So, I mean, we'll see. We'll see. Hopefully it's about his grandpa and we leave it at that.
Yeah.
I'm like, I hope he don't get too deep and be like, yeah, it was this one time in Portland and you know how things go,
they
like you're still playing.
They used to get messy like that, yeah. And especially I mean I could be wrong, but I'm under the impression that I don't think the Wizards are going to keep him anyway.
Oh no.
I mean,
no.
Look, the Wizards are notorious for not paying people as a franchise. That's part of the reason why it's such a struggle to make it to the playoffs, because they're not willing to bring in.
The Wizards are a notorious franchise. Forget notorious about paying people, but they just notorious franchise.
Yeah, I mean, they're notorious for losing, but the reason why they lose is because they're not willing to bring anybody in, and they're not willing to pay anybody.
Well, they pay Porzingis. They paid Kyle and old Porzingis pretty nicely. Correction. No, Porzingis, he had that contract before he got there. Mm-hmm. So okay, but they broke Kyle off a little bit. They hooked him up a little bit. I think he made 21 last year.
Okay, yeah, because if Kyle Kuzma were a better player, he would have been making upper 20 to closer to $30 million, and the Wizards were not going to pay him.
You need to put some respect on his. He's a champion. Kyle Kuzma is a champion. He's one of the best players in the league as far as dress goes. And stop. Stop. He's one of the best dressed players in the league. Name a better dresser. See, I digress.
I'm just speechless. I'm speechless. I'm speechless.
He's one of the best
dressers. Just pick up for Kyle Kuzma. I'm speechless.
Oh my God. I just think it's comical. You know what? I get why so Kyle Kuzma. Well, he I don't want to jump ship because I don't want to break away from Chris. We need to talk Chris first. Because Chris, I get
Kyle Kuzma makes or according to Hoops Hype, $13 million.
That's it.
Next year. According to
he opted out. He would have made it.
He would have made it. Yeah.
Yeah. He opted out.
Yeah. So he thinks he's going to get more. And
he'll get more.
He's a 14.
He'll. You know what? No, one of these desperate teams that need
he'll get more, but then they'll regret it.
Yeah, that's how it goes. It always goes that way. And he averaged something like 21, 22 a game this past season. I'm like, okay, and almost 8 boards a game. So I'm like, yeah, the stats are there, but look at the Wizards. Somebody's got to shine on a team like that.
Kuzma opted out. They're definitely not going to keep Chris Paul to pay him $30 million a year. They're already paying Porzingis $36, and not saying that they're going to actually. I'm pretty sure they're going to go and try to see what they can get on the market at what close to a discounted rate as possible.
But who's going to want? Okay, let's put it on the table. Chris Paul is owed $30-something odd million for this final year. Who's going to pay him that? Who?
The NBA retirement fund. I don't know. I don't know honestly. Like I don't because I don't have an answer for that. Like that's a huge contract for somebody that's. Yeah, especially he's not.
What was Phoenix thinking? He's 30. At the time, he was what 36.
36.
Edging on 37, and you paid him. Oh, what am I talking about? The Lakers did it. So, anyway, but that's LeBron. That's different. But still, that's an
outlier. That's an outlier.
Yeah, but you see
even LeBron on a bad foot. That was an outlier. That's an outlier.
Man. So, but Chris's gameplay. He can't even stay on the court. His body's giving out, and that just wasn't the move to make. I think for Portland. I didn't understand that at all. So.
He can't give you starter minutes. He can't, and you can look. He's 40. You gonna have to load manage him if you want him.
Exactly.
And I'm sorry. Like even Kawhi is not worth the money that he's being made.
I was just about to say.
Like
if they do it down there.
I'm not paying
in LA.
No, I'm not doing no. I'm not paying. I'm sorry. I'm obviously I don't own an NBA franchise. If I did, I don't think I'd be paying Chris Paul $30 million with load management. Like
no, not $30 million. Something's telling me that Phoenix went into this and they had him sign. Because that year, remember, Phoenix did have the best record in the NBA. They didn't win the title, but they had the best record in the NBA. And so you come off that emotional high, and you're like, "Whoa, we're really good. We got to keep Chris Paul." And I think they just went to the table with a high figure, and Chris was like, "I bet you Chris Paul was shocked. I bet you was like, man, I'm signing this. I was not.
Before y'all
expecting
change
that.
y'all
I'm signing
mind.
this.
Right before y'all change y'all mind.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, look at that, the ink's dry.
But so he gets traded from Bradley Beal. So we discussed it. We talked about it. Who's playing point in Phoenix? Because if it's
Fred VanVleet.
no, you're not going. Okay, so KD's playing the 4.
Yep.
Phoenix. If that's the case, Phoenix wins 52 games and gets tossed in the second round.
But they make it there.
Oh, they make it. I
But
mean,
they make it to the playoffs.
yeah, but you just, oh my God, that hard cap is going to beat them senseless.
Yeah, it is.
Oh my God.
Yeah, they don't have a roster right now. This is one of the funniest things. I mean, just because it's so early, like, I mean, granted, yeah, we still have like the entire summer to get through before the season comes, right? And a lot of moves can be made. But right now, at this juncture, it looks crazy. Like, it looks comical. It's truly comical. Like, you put rosters like this together on video games, right? Like, you're like, man, I don't care about the salary cap. What? It's not real money. Man, I change the settings. I don't care.
I'm gonna say change the settings.
Like, so, like, yeah, that would, because it's like, okay, otherwise, and even then, it's like, even if I don't change the settings, it's cool. I have a couple. I'm only gonna play with probably these 3 players anyway. I'm just gonna pass the ball between these 3 cats. Harlem Globetrotters.
And then you just run rough shot. I mean,
Yep,
they barely get hurt anyway.
I got 3 players with 40 plus. Now what?
You know. So here's the projected lineup in Phoenix. And I mean, this, Devin Booker at point. That right there, I have a problem with, because I mean, you've got one of the best scorers in the league. Now he's got to worry about distributing the ball rather than what he's been doing scoring. And that's But then you got Brad, and they do have Kevin Durant listed as the 4. Josh Okogie at small, and your favorite player in the whole entire NBA. I remember hearing you say that,
My favorite player in the league does not play for the Suns.
he's your idol, your hero, DeAndre Ayton. The best center in the NBA.
Did I somehow become like a 13-year-old Bahamian boy? With basketball dreams or something? Did I?
DeAndre Ayton, the best center in the NBA.
I don't like him. What makes it even worse is that his initials, his first initial and last name spell out Dayton. That makes it worse. I don't like him at all.
Oh,
I don't want none type of association with that.
Hey, DeAndre averaged 18 and 10 last year.
And he got washed by Nikola Jokic. Washed. That
got worse. Oh my God, he
got washed like a brand new caddy on a Sunday.
Oh my God. But that's the potential starting. Oh Lord, starting 5 for the Phoenix Suns. But like you said, the problem is not the starting 5. So, outside of DeAndre.
Outside of not having a point guard in DeAndre Ayton, but
yeah. But I always thought Cameron Payne. Are they really ready? But then if you do that, then I guess Beal or Booker's got to play the 3. I guess. I'm still trying to figure out how do you divvy up the shots between those 3?
Well, you know what? I didn't think about that. Out of all of the players that they did get rid of on their bench, they did not get rid of Cameron Payne.
They didn't get rid of Cameron Payne. He's still there. Who is a 2 guard playing point, but
that's not the answer.
I'm just stating that's not the answer. That he's on the squad. And you got Terrence Ross. Oh, that's
So,
it. That's it. I mean, Ish Wainwright, Torrey Craig, Jock Landale. Yeah, they in trouble, man.
they got that's a Oh wow,
yeah,
they are in trouble.
They are in trouble. I mean, I didn't understand. I didn't understand that. I get Chris Paul, getting Chris Paul, and I get the allure of wanting Bradley Beal. I get it. I do. And like you said earlier, Frank Vogel's your coach.
This is the worst deconstruction of a team. Like we all knew the Suns were going to essentially blow it up, whatever they had essentially going on. Like outside of Book and KD, we knew anybody can kind of go, right? Like anybody was going to kind of get it. We kind of assumed Chris Paul was probably going to find and end up getting an exit. Like we just knew certain things were coming, but this just overall probably one of the worst. So far, this is one of the worst looking deconstructions to reconstruct a team. And your salary cap. Did you look at a budget?
No. I can tell you that. No.
Did you realize that this isn't baseball?
Budget. No, you got a new owner, and I guess he felt he had deep pockets and he wants to win a title.
I mean, look, hey, I understand. I understand that. Look, if you're not afraid to go into the luxury tax and pay that money, by all means, do it. I'm not saying don't. All I'm saying is start making sense soon, because you don't have that much. I mean, you have the summer, but that's still not a lot of time for a team to be putting some chemistry together to get ready for the season.
I'm wondering how
they at least got to start exchanging numbers or something. They got to know who they're working with.
I'm dying to find out how Devin Booker, what he thinks about this trade, because I know he wanted Chris Paul back. I think he values, even though he's up there in age and whatnot, but the way he manages the game and just disseminates the basketball.
Yeah, I mean his basketball IQ is, that's a priceless asset, right? Alone, and to have that type of input for someone who's still a young player like Devin Booker, understanding how to take control of the game, trying to take over and stuff like that, understanding certain nuances and stuff like that Chris Paul understands because he's been playing for so long and he's seen so much. Yeah, that definitely, stuff like that helps. It helps. Everybody said that he was kind of like the voice of the team,
Yeah.
He was the DeAndre Ayton, the center whisperer.
He was, because I'm gonna tell you, look at every place Chris Paul has gone. He's always had a center that he brought the best out, because after he left, that center just sucked.
Oh yeah, no, I agree. I'm not saying that. I'm just, I don't care how much you whisper to DeAndre Ayton.
Apparently the Joker was whispering in his ear too, like, gotcha, young man. Oh, look at that. Oh, got him again. Oh, too slow. You got almost killing him.
Right.
So good luck to the Phoenix Suns. Good luck.
Yeah, more power to you. I'm happy Bradley Beal's out of Washington. He could have potentially gone into a situation that is less than ideal. He could have left a less than ideal situation to go into another less than ideal situation in a different
Well, reportedly, they
dressed.
asked him where he wanted to go.
Well, yeah, he had a no trade clause.
Yeah, so he listed. I'm curious to know, was this his decision? Because I'm like, I thought for sure he was Miami bound. That's where I thought he was headed. I was like, there's a spot for him there. You know, I'm getting him. It'll be him, Jimmy, Bam. I'm like, that right there. That's they were one piece away from, honestly, at least giving. Not saying that they didn't give him a fight. They didn't give him a fight, but at least giving Denver more of a fight. They did have a slew of injuries, but I mean, that's where I thought he was going, and I don't know. I'm clueless about
Yeah,
this.
I wonder what his list was, but
Well, it was only two.
And I'm not saying that like Phoenix is necessarily like it could be like it. It's just the way it's looking now, right? It's like you've got obviously like you've got when it comes to shooting,
Hands down.
Yeah.
Hands down. This is scary. When it comes to, like you said, shooting,
Scoring the ball, yeah. But I think that the hefty price tags that are on some of his teammates, the fact that they don't have a supporting cast right now, the fact that your star big man has some growing up to do. I hope they can make it through the growing pains. I'll say that.
Here's my prediction. Phoenix, let's go of DeAndre Ayton. KD moves up to the 5. Frank Vogel hires. I'm sorry. I couldn't help but chuckle. I'm sorry. Because I know your response. Frank Vogel hires Mike D'Antoni. and it's back, people. You
handle it. You get 7 seconds. You get 7 seconds. You get 7 seconds.
That's my prediction.
And we got Frank Vogel on defense.
Oh my God. I don't understand. Did they not see what happened in LA with Frank Vogel's defense?
Yeah, that was a fluke. Everybody makes mistakes.
That was a heck of a mistake, but okay.
Yeah,
that was a heck of a mistake.
Yeah, man, you can't. Never. I don't know.
That was a heck of a mistake.
I don't know.
Oh my God. So reports. These are reports. And these ain't reports. I believe this is true. Zion is being shot by the Pelicans. You said what?
As he should be.
Oh my God. And I think everybody's on board with it. My thing is the Pelicans. You heard what they asked for, right? A top 3 pick. I'm like, you want one of the 3 picks in this year's draft for Zion Williamson?
He's a big brand.
I don't care nothing about his brand. The brother didn't take the court. That's the problem. I'm like,
well, that's why they shopping him. Why do you think they shopping him? He's like, well, he doesn't play
at all. Like, he does not play at all.
And then he's got some all off the court stuff that's starting to affect his personal brand.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, they're really like, yeah, no, bro, you really gotta go now.
Say no.
Like, okay, they were like, okay, yeah, like let's see what we can get for him, and then stuff started popping. They're like, okay, let's get him out of here.
Yeah, I see him being traded on draft night, not for one of those top 3 picks. That's out. No, I mean, but
I'm gonna trade him, and he's not gonna play. He may never play.
So in the last 3 years, do you know how many games this guy has missed?
62.
Missed in the last 3 years.
Oh, I was gonna say. I thought played. I was gonna.
Oh no. He's only well, if I play, he has missed 194 games. Like, bruh, are you serious? 194 games.
His hustle's better than Andrew Bynum's.
Hey, Andrew had bad knees, man.
Yeah, I mean, but he also got a whole contract from Philly. Never set foot on the floor.
Never set foot on the floor.
All that guaranteed money.
And then went bowling. Remember? Then went bowling. Like, knee looks good to me, Andrew. What's going on?
He was out work,
man,
technique and everything.
But yeah, Zion's played in 114 games in 3 years, which, I mean, if you do 100, what's 114 divided by 3? Because 114 divided by 3 is got to be somewhere around what, 35 games?
38.
Wow. He's averaging 38 games
a season. That's crazy. 40 games a year, less than 40 games a year, and you get paid how much? Yes. And you got endorsements for how much?
Oh my God. Well, yeah. I mean, he's got Kawhi beat. I mean, he's got Kawhi beat.
I guess when you 300 pounds and you can do a windmill.
Well, apparently he can only do them in practice because he didn't do them on the court in the game.
Yeah,
because he's never there. So, but he's never there. But I mean, so they are trying to shop him. I think he's gone during the draft. Just not one of those top 3. We know he's not going number 1. Like, they actually had the unmitigated gall to call San Antonio and be like, "Hey, you got Zion for that number 1."
You don't really want Weapon Yemen like that, do ya?
Like, man, are you serious? Like, honestly, I've got my feelings about Vic. I mean, to me, he looks like he's like, what is he, like 7'1"? No, 7'4", right?
Yep.
But he's like 230.
I think he's less than that.
Oh my God, I hope not. I mean, that's a train wreck waiting to happen. Like, that Joker's going to take a beating. I can't see him. I mean, you know, he's young. He's going to put some muscle on, hopefully one day. Like, that needs to be in his contract. Like, 10 peanut butter and jelly sandwiches a day. Something. I don't know.
According to Basketball Reference, he's 7'2", 237.
And I think that's generous. I think that's generous. I mean, if you see him, I'm like, dude, you're a little taller than 7'2", and you're not 230. You look like 215.
Yeah.
You look like 250.
Yeah, he looks. Yeah, I was gonna say he looks like he's around like 212ish. I'm like, yeah, because he's a string bean.
Oh my God! But but
you can't be that tall. I'm like, I get it. Like, we have KD, and it's just like, okay, but it's just something about being 7 foot plus, and the only thing that you're able to do in the paint is shoot turnaround jumpers because you get bullied out of the paint. But you're 7 foot plus, right? DeAndre Ayton.
Oh my God. Yes, DA.
There's something about that.
Oh my God.
It's just something about 51 points from Nikola Jokic. You just couldn't.
I mean, Nick Jokic is Jokic. He's that good. I'm not saying that he didn't. Aiton's the only person that he's done that to, but
here, okay. Here's what makes it worse. This is what makes it worse because, all right, numbers, analytics, right? At least this year, like in the playoffs, right? Typically with Nikola Jokic, outside of 3 games where he had 30 more or 40 plus triple double like in points, they lost. He dropped 51 and they won. That's disrespectful.
I say that. No, you're not supposed to win. You're supposed to follow suit and take an L. No,
like outside of a few games, typically. But if Nikola Jokic is like the primary scorer, if he's like just getting buckets, they didn't win as much.
Yeah, I mean, but because usually when he has those type of games, I mean, he's usually tossing in 10, 11 assists.
Yep.
That night he was like, I pass to no one. Go Serbia.
Yeah. He got the entire soundboard shuffle from the left, from the east to the west, back to the east, back to the west.
Oh my God. So there's a list of NBA free agents or people who have. We've already talked about. Let's start with Kyle. We've already talked about Kyle. Kyle Kuzma announced that, hey, I'm foregoing that final year of this contract. I want to be a free agent. And he wants to see exactly what he's going to get on the market. Your thoughts? You've already said what you think about him. But do you think he's going to find that contract that he thinks he's going to get in free agency?
I think he's going to find something similar. You know, when you put stuff out like that, you putting out, it's negotiations. He's going high, so I think he may get something. I think he may get close to what he's actually looking for, or what he's more okay with getting. But I don't know. Nah, I wouldn't say that exactly.
Or maybe this was just a flight to get out of Washington. I mean, he might have just been like, I don't want to be in Washington.
Well, why couldn't you just say you didn't want to be there?
Well, I mean, you don't want to burn bridges.
No one would have blamed you.
Nobody. But maybe one day in his, in his elder career, when he gets up there, maybe he might need somebody to sign him, and it could be Washington because he didn't burn. I don't know.
Man, he might be the executive of the design department for the Wizards.
I think Kyle's going to get he's going to get more than what he's making, but like we said earlier, they're quickly going to find out, dude, he is who he is.
Yeah, being the second or third best option on a bad team does a lot good for you until you get to another team.
Yeah, and I just hope he doesn't go to a team that expects him to be that dude. Or unless they're going to sign him to something, and he's going to want something 4 years or higher. I don't see him signing a year or 2 years. That'd just be stupid for him to do. But I can't think of. Oh yes, I can. I can think of one place. I don't know what you're thinking. I'm thinking Memphis. I'm thinking he replaces the dearly departed. I mean,
you replace Dillon Brooks, a guy who was supposed to be like your premier defender, with Kyle Kuzma, a guy who he got defense.
He got nice clothes. Hold on. Now remember, they need offense. somebody's missing 25 games.
I mean, and because Kyle Kuzma is going to go on a 3 to 4 game streak of 30 plus points,
Man,
in that 25 game span, that's going to be worth it.
he's gonna go on a streak of 5 games. 5.
You don't Booker T it?
5 times. 5 times. 5 times. I don't. I think the whole. Okay, Dylan Brooks, the defensive specialist. I don't think it worked for him like they thought it would.
No, he was really just a heel.
Yeah. But with Ja out, they're clearly going to rely on Desmond Bane and Jaren Jackson. And I don't know. Huh?
If you're Dylan, I was just thinking, like, if you're Dylan Brooks, like, it's probably not. LeBron James probably isn't the person that you should try to want to display like your defensive speciality. Like, playoff LeBron at any age at this point, it's not somebody I would want to.
On a bad foot. 38 years old.
Just imagine if he didn't have a bad foot.
Oh my God. It was bad enough, but if he didn't have that bad foot, it could have been. It was bad enough because, like, I don't know if I've ever seen it, but for a team to come out before the off season and be like, "Hey, yeah, you're not coming back, bro."
It was the under any circumstances thing for me. Why?
Like, because they knew, they were like, you didn't have to say nothing. It was bad enough we were playing them, but you're gonna wait, you're gonna poke the bear? You're gonna poke the bear?
It's I'm okay. We talked about this. Okay, if you don't want to bring him back, you don't want to bring him back. The under any circumstances thing just kills me because it's just like, was he the one that was waving a gun?
No.
Was he the one that was going out threatening minors? Did he gun butt a minor? Did he threaten a security guard at his job?
No, but he threatened the senior.
LeBron 38. He can take care of himself. LeBron.
No, he didn't. He did
LeBron,
not.
LeBron and Shannon Sharp both could have taken care of themselves.
True. You're true. That's true. That's
All
true.
right. I'm just confused because if I didn't want anybody back under any circumstances, it would probably be the person that waved a gun around.
He didn't do any of that. But let me tell you what he didn't do. Also didn't do. He didn't average 26 and 8. He didn't average 26.
He also never had that breakout game for those 3 or 4 threes that he said he was.
Yeah. So yeah,
that offensive breakout game that he said he was going to have, he did not have.
Oh my God.
He did not have.
So I mean, I could see Kyle. I could see Kyle in Memphis. I could see Kyle in Memphis. And there's one other team that I could see him in. And no, the team is not good. and they're not. No, they're desperate. They're clearly trying to. They're clearly trying to right the wrongs of the ship. But the Detroit Pistons, I mean, he could go.
They're trying. That place is cursed.
I don't see Bojan Bogdanovic being there this season. I don't see it. I think they trade him. But so they've got Killian Hayes, Jaden Ivey. But here's the scary part. I mean, you got this is your starting five: James Wiseman, Marvin Bagley III. They need help. They need a lot of help. I mean, I know Jalen Duren is. This is a team that could. This is a team that he could okie doke into a nice contract because nobody wants to go to Detroit, and Detroit needs help.
Detroit needs help. Detroit needs help, and Monty Williams just secured a long-term deal. At least he's down for the cause. So hopefully something happens because Detroit hasn't. I mean, golly, talk about a fall off from like a winning franchise. I mean, just from the Ben Wallace, Chauncey Billups, Rip Hamilton era to now. It's been a while, but it doesn't feel like it's been that long. But it's just like they fell off hard.
Yeah.
The Pistons fell off hard and never recovered.
Never recovered.
They just, I'm like, that's just
never recovered. I could see him securing a deal with. I could see him going home. I do. Maybe not the best idea, but I could see him going home.
It could work.
It could. Then again, let's just be real. It could work. Then again, it can also go as bad as how both of us are thinking right now.
Yeah. It's just going to be exactly. Hey, look. Let's be optimistic and open-minded and see what happens here.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, no one knows what's happening with Dame Lillard. I mean, there's a whole bunch of rumors because I know you said that you were thinking Bradley Beal may go to Miami, but there's a lot of rumors saying that Dame may go to Miami.
But they're talking about Bam going to Portland. What are you doing? Like no. I mean, yes,
it would defeat the purpose entirely. It would defeat the purpose entirely.
I got this strange feeling. That Bam goes to Portland, Dame goes to Miami, and then Miami sitting there saying, "I need a center." DeAndre.
And then they're going to realize, oh man, we should not have done that.
No, they shouldn't have done that. No.
Pat Riley's going to be like, oh, I made a mistake.
Oh my God. You're going to have a Dave Chappelle moment. Man.
It was at this moment.
So, well, keeping it real goes wrong.
Yeah. But you know what? No. I'm going to give Pat Riley more credit than that. He watched the playoffs. He would not go and pick up DeAndre Ayton.
We'll see. Somebody's going to pick him up. I mean, somebody's going to take him.
Pat Riley's smarter than that. One thing and one thing that he culture that Pat Riley is, you can't be soft.
That's true. That's true.
You can't be soft. And say what you want. That man is moist, single ply.
Moving right on. James Harden. Is James Harden leaving Philly? Because again, these Harden he just doesn't care about a title anymore. This is true. The Harden to Houston rumors are picking up more and more steam, and I'm like, Houston, like, you just really don't care anymore. Like,
I mean, hey, that's his choice, and it could, but that would let you know that's a clear indicator that he doesn't care about winning a title anymore
at all.
You know, he feels like his run is over. Well, you know, maybe he feels like that's not what he wants. So that's not. I mean, hey,
that's crazy. I now that's another player.
Taxes in Texas.
Yeah. I don't see him staying in Philly. New coach.
Something tells me though, as much as I don't see him staying in Philly either, but I think it's if he did, it would be the best move for him
to stay in Philly.
Yeah, I mean, at least for the just let's see what Nick Nurse does, right? I mean, look, you have a decent amount of pieces. You saw how far you got in the East, right?
Mm-hmm.
Let's say Nick Nurse finds a different way to utilize Tobias Harris. Let's say Joel Embiid comes back healthy. Let's say, I mean, you have a decent base as a team.
You have a decent, as long as they're healthy. And we're not talking about Tobias Harris, of course, but as long as they're
healthy, you have a decent base as a team. I just don't see there being a reason to break that up unless whatever Nick Nurse does is catastrophic. Like, it's just completely destructive, right? Like they're worse off than when they were when he got there, right? Like, you go from Doc Rivers and then you go into a different experience into the season, and at that point, I'd be like, okay, my bad, I'm sorry, I was wrong.
I think I don't know. I think he should leave. Okay, if there's one reason he should stay, it's because I am sick and tired of the former. If we look at the big three that was in Oklahoma City now, but down there with the Thunder, KD, Russ, and James.
Yep.
If we look at those jokers have been on more teams in their careers. Stay somewhere. Like, literally, stay somewhere.
Yeah.
Stop doing this 2-year, two-step that you're doing. Stay somewhere. And you wonder why they can't,
And Harden and KD ended up being teammates again. That didn't last long.
That didn't last long at all. At all. It's like you wonder why there's no camaraderie. There's no, there's no chemistry. Dude, you stay there a year and a half and then you're out.
Yeah.
Like, golly. That's the only reason I would say stay. Here's why I say go. I think the only reason he should stay is if Philly gets and I'm not talking Andre Drummond caliber. I'm talking about they need a backup center for Joel Embiid. Because if he's going to start missing games again, and James is going to be out there by himself, and then
and he's going to miss games. He's going to have a lower body injury. It's going to happen. Knees, ankles, hips, low back. Something's going to give.
You need that backup center. Like I said, you need a good center.
Hey, don't be surprised if you hear about Joel Embiid going into load management going into next season.
Oh God, load management.
Look, I'm just saying. It could be. I could be wrong. It could be next season.
It'll be this season.
Yeah,
it'll be this season.
Keep looking at the way that man's walking and the way that man's moving up and down the floor. He's not going to be on. He's not going to be a productive basketball player for too much longer.
Yeah, and they need someone to take serious minutes on. And I have the solution. Dion. No, I'm just kidding. I'm joking. I'm joking. No, I don't have a solution.
He would be a solution off the bench.
Not for that money. Not for the money.
Well, of course, not for the money, but that's where he would be best used.
Yeah. Well, then if that's
where he'd be best used.
Can you imagine Harden's? Okay, look. Can you imagine Harden's disdain? Like, Joel's not playing tonight. Oh my God. Okay. All right. How much do I have to score?
I wasn't even trying to shoot the ball for real tonight. I was like,
golly. All right. How many games is he out? All right, man. All right.
They said he got to get evaluated, and
I'm telling you,
yeah, yeah.
I'm sure he's weighing all that. But to the name of the hour, the king of the singles, the triple single, Draymond Green is a free agent, and the crowd goes wild.
I mean, look, I was okay when I first saw the announcement. And it could have just been like just general like news surprise, right?
Yeah.
But I guess I had heard some talks about it possibly happening, and it's really just like I guess it was surprising for all about 30 seconds. And then I thought about it, and it's like, and then plus, you hear some people talk about it. It's like he's really just out there just to feel what's happening. He's more than likely going to end up being signed with the Warriors again next year. Like it's like an 80%, 85% chance he's going to end up being signed with Golden State again next year.
I don't believe that. Again, Mike Dunleavy just took over as general manager. Just because Draymond Green has been there 11 years and won 4 titles does not guarantee that you walk out that door, we'll be sitting here with open arms waiting on you. There's a good chance that Dunleavy, in order to make a splash, says, I just had how much come off the books? For a 33-year-old undersized power forward? Oh, let's go sign somebody real quick. But there's some free agents out. Let's go sign another shooter or somebody that can help, Steph and maybe Clay. That's another name that I'm not too keen on saying. I think Jordan Poole's gonna move into the starting lineup next year. That's just my thought. But again, if Jordan Poole's gonna do that, Draymond's gone. Let's be honest. I mean, out of his mouth, he said the punch last year. The Warriors never recovered from that.
No, they never recovered from
that.
They
never recovered from that. So who's to say that they recover this upcoming season? It's hard to recover from. I mean,
but
definitely didn't recover.
I mean, but even though, no, he didn't recover. He just had a really bad playoff. But my thing is, okay, I can see Mike Dunleavy saying, "Hey, yeah, he's just, yeah, fly like a bird, free agency and whatnot." Oh man, go and do your thing or whatever, right? The money's off the books, and if you're the Warriors, you're more so concerned about what you can put around Steph so you can still win, while you still have the window. So I can see that. I
mean, they still got Wiggins there. I mean, they still got Wig, and I think it's time. Honestly, I think it's time for the Warriors to, dare I say, they've got to retool, and I just think Clay is not, after the injuries. He's still effective, but he's not the same player. Mm-hmm. And you got players like what's his name?
DiVincenzo.
I mean, you've got, of course, Jordan Poole, but these guys are ready to make a statement, man. I just think that, Draymond at, again, 33, that's $25 million that can come off the books.
Yeah, and if you're if you're the Warriors, your thing is like, look, Steph is, regardless of whoever's here, Steph is our franchise. He's still our guy for now, right? And he still has gas left in the tank. And if we can put the correct pieces around him, we can still make a run for a title. So if we can, if money's being taken off of the books, to be allocated. I could see how a door could get shut on somebody.
Yeah, and then you got players like Jonathan Kuminga, who looks like he's itching, itching for an opportunity. I'm like, this guy's 20 years old. I mean, it's time to retool, and they've got the pieces. I think they just gotta, unfortunately, let some guys go. Man.
It's getting to that time. It's a lot of generational players are hitting the tail end of their careers, and some of the moves are starting to, especially the age is starting to become more of a factor.
Yeah.
Age, injury.
And if the Warriors are gonna make a move, they better do it now, because remember, Steph is 35. It's one thing for small/power forward at 38, but for a point guard, you better look at Chris Paul. If that game starts declining, so hey, Golden State's gotta make a move now. I think they gotta make a move now.
Yeah.
The only thing I hope, I hope Draymond Green doesn't find his way to LA. That's the only.
Oh, he's coming.
I do know.
Oh, he's coming.
No.
Where else he gonna go? He got LeBron number. He got LeBron address. He done dropped his stuff off at LeBron house. He said, "Hey, let me stay the night here for the summer until I find a place."
Here's a list of teams where he can go: Boston, Brooklyn, New York, Philly, Toronto, Denver, Minnesota, Oklahoma City. Well, any team. I don't care. Any team. He can even go back to Golden State. I don't care. Just don't end up on the Lakers side of LA. Go to the Clippers. There you go. Go to the Clippers. There you go. Go to the Clippers.
But nah, see, he's gonna help LeBron win, right? Because
by averaging 9, 9, and 9.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, okay.
Right, because he's going to help LeBron. He's going to take some of the facilitating responsibilities off of LeBron.
You know good and well that's not going down like that. You know. I
tried so hard. I tried. I really did. I tried to keep it straight. Oh,
it ain't going down like that. Oh God.
No. LeBron needs an enforcer.
Man,
you see how he still got it.
Oh, Dre.
Yep. LeBron need that on his side.
Oh my God. I mean, off the bench.
Yeah.
Off the bench. Yeah, I'm all for it. But I mean, what did he? Okay, here's my thing. So is the NBA a league of numbers? Like you said, statistics, numbers.
If you ask Doc Rivers, it's a make or miss league. So, okay,
so what do you expect as far contract wise when you go to the table with 8 and 7? That's what you're averaging. 8 and 7. Like 8 and 7. And 8, 7, and let's say 7. 8, 7, and 7. Those are your average. Like, I need a power forward that gives me a little bit more than 8, 7, and 7.
I mean, but his plus minus though.
Thanks to Steph, yes. And yeah, I think Steph is one of those players that can make anybody's plus and minus look.
I mean, but he's got like one of the greatest plus minuses. He's got one of the greatest plus minuses ever. And
oh my God.
if Steph could bring that out of him, LeBron can amplify it.
You're trying to end the friendship. That's what you. That would be the end of the friendship. That I promise you. That would be it. That would end the friendship.
Oh, like, come on. He let J.R. Smith do it.
I bet you those jokers don't talk. I bet you they don't talk. Especially.
He let Kevin Love do it. He let. Come on now. LeBron got a history of bringing some tag-alongs. All right. Okay. He'll bring Melo.
Yeah, but Melo came off the bench.
So did J.R. Smith.
Draymond's not coming off the bench. We know. We both know this. Well, he might have to now.
Yeah.
He's looking for starting to. He's looking for starting to.
Looking for one and finding one.
He's gonna be the Ezekiel Elliott of the NBA.
I'm looking for a job that doesn't involve me working with people so much. I don't mean I'm gonna find it.
I think he's gone. I think he's gone, and this may be the end. Does he retire? You're Draymond Green, right? Now, this Draymond Green, self-proclaimed glue of this team, right? Without him, now he said this. Without him, they don't win those titles. That's what he said. He said they don't win these titles without him.
He did say that.
So if that's your mindset, and nobody wants to give you what you think you deserve, or even start you, do you walk? Do you say, that's it?
And then that's when he turns around and goes right back to Golden State, because he's like, well,
if Golden State takes him, because if Golden State, he's already testing free agency. What happens if tomorrow night Golden State makes a trade? And that was it, $25 million, I think, that he's scheduled to make or would have been on the books, is taken up. They don't have it. He goes back to Golden State. He goes back to Mike Dunleavy, and Dunleavy's like, sorry, you left. We had to, we had to make the team better. Kuminga's getting your spot, or whoever they traded for, or whatever. Then what?
You have a point.
I don't think it was the wisest decision.
I'm pretty sure he had a talk with the front office before he said, "Yeah, I'm going to test to see it." I hope he did.
I'm sure he did, and I'm sure the front office, once he walked out the door, after they shook his hand and said, "Hey, we got it. We understand. Hey, we respect you. We love you." Probably hugged him. And once he
erased his name right off the board.
Whoop, that's 25. All right, let's make this work.
Let's adjust these numbers. We now have. Hey.
Yes. If you're expecting the team to be loyal to you, good luck. Good luck. They got 4 titles out of that team. I'm not gonna say him. 4 titles out that team that he was a member of. So they got their money's worth. But like I said, I think it's time to move on. You mentioned Dame.
Mm-hmm.
And there are now reports. Man, look, I really hope Dame does not want to. Well, reports are saying that. They've been saying that he doesn't want to leave Portland. He just wants the team to get better, and I can understand that. I get it.
Perfect.
Odds are that you've been there this long, though they've never done that. So it's time for you to leave. There are now reports. Oh my God, are you ready for this? And of course, these are just theories, probably, and reports and all that crazy nonsense. But you know where they're trying to say that he may be traded to?
Where?
Philly. Now, like I said,
Okay.
these things come a dime a dozen. Philly, though,
Philly.
if he's going to Philly with James Harden, or are they signing and trading and sending Harden to
To Portland.
I'm curious. Is that I'm like thoughts, because I'm confused. Like, and most of these things you take with a grain of salt. But I just found that interesting. I'm like, Philly, like, why?
Well, for the same reason I said before. Look, if Philly wants to try to make another run at getting the title while they still have Joel Embiid,
They can't do that with
James Harden don't want to be there. Though.
I'm sure he don't want to be in Portland. I can tell you that much. Look, I don't know a whole lot, but I guarantee you James Harden doesn't want to be in Portland. Unless Portland is like, James, appreciate it. Hey, we're just going to go ahead and, buy you out and send you on your way. Is that the likeliest scenario? I'm like, Philly. Like the whole Miami thing, I could see that. Like, if I had to sit here and envision it, I could see Dame in Miami with Jimmy Butler. Don't like the whole him for Bam thing. Bam needs to be there. So him, Jimmy, and Bam. That right there, that looks like genius. Then I look over here at not Portland, but Philly, and I'm like, it would look so much better.
Joel Embiid, Tobias Harris.
Okay, not bad. Not bad. It will give him something he really has not ever had, and that's a big man.
A real one.
A real big man. That is, yeah. Now that you start, I take that back. I don't know. They're saying there are whispers about Philly now. Wake me up when there are whispers about LA.
Well, that's not gonna happen.
You gotta have faith. I have faith. Dame to LA for a sign and trade deal. Yeah, Dame goes to LA. We sign D'Angelo Russell and send him to Portland, and the number 17 pick.
He's got high hopes. He's got high hopes.
God.
He's got high apple pie in the sky hopes.
You gotta have anything can happen.
Anything can happen. And
It's probably not, but anything. See, God, D'Angelo Russell, the 17th pick. Okay, and then you throw somebody like Malik Beasley in there.
hey, look, the Phoenix Suns signed Frank Vogel. Anything can happen. You have a point.
You're right. You're absolutely right. Frank Vogel has a job again. I'm still baffled as to how that keeps happening. But anyway, the last name, someone near and dear to your heart, Jaylen Brown. Do you think his time is up? Because I really thought, I haven't heard anything about his name, like him being on the trade block or anything.
Oh, I think they're trying to work out something to find a way to keep him. I think he's gone. I think he's gone. I think you're going to have to give him a pretty high number to make him stay. And I think they're trying to find a way to get to that number, but I don't think they're going to reach it.
Man, that's gonna hurt.
No, because I mean, the reason why he wants to leave is more personal, right?
Yeah, he just doesn't like Boston.
Yeah. So I think that in order to make it more of his while, he would stay if he were paid more, right? But also, being paid more doesn't guarantee that you make it deeper in the playoffs.
That's right. You're right.
In fact, it lessens your guarantee because there's no way to go and grab any other pieces to help you make it deeper in the playoffs. So yeah, he's probably going to be gone.
On his way back home, Atlanta.
Maybe.
Now, and I say that because rumors have it that Atlanta is trying to ship Trae. Could Trae Young be on his way to Boston?
Well, I don't know how I would feel about that. I don't no.
What?
No, I don't try doing that. Don't. You know, he's not. He no. And then on top of that too, I still feel I'm still kind of at a cross, like with Jaylen Brown, because is he a top level scorer? Yes. Have we seen him be a top level scorer without Jason Tatum? Yes. How long can he do that without another person on the other side is a question, especially when he doesn't have a left hand.
Nobody can stop it though. Yet.
Did you see the Miami Heat? I saw the Miami Heat.
Oh my god.
I don't know what I saw the Miami Heat. And look, this is coming from a Celtics fan. If he goes left, he's going to stop himself.
Oh my god. But he is a talent. I mean,
he is absolutely. Look, I'm not. That's the thing. I'm not taking that away from him. I'm just. My question really is. I mean, because we've seen him do it by him. I guess you could say by himself, or more as a solo act or a primary act with Jason Tatum out, or maybe he just wasn't there. Right?
Okay.
I've seen it. I don't know if that being a full-time role is something that.
Well, there's a lot. Think about James Harden. They didn't know if he was ready for a full-time role, and the rest is history. I mean, you could be the newest James Harden. Nah, but I mean, you know what I mean.
James
you know what I mean.
Hand, like, but I get it. I get it. Like
James Harden doesn't have any defense. I mean, we all have a weakness. Harden has no defense. No, correction. He has no desire to play defense.
Yeah, he had desire. He had desire when he was in OKC coming off the bench. And he wanted those minutes. Then after that, that was it.
He barely played defense then.
Yeah, but he did.
He did. But
barely playing defense as opposed to none at all. That's like 100%. Yeah. That's 100% efficiency difference.
Yeah, but I'm looking at Atlanta. Really, I think they're ready to just blow that whole thing up. Like, they've been trying to get rid of John Collins for a year and a half. They've been on the doorstep of letting Clint Capella go. I think he's gone this year. Right? But I mean, why not? You know, why not get rid of Trae Young and bring in some new blood? Jaylen Brown is from Miami. He's from Atlanta. I'm sorry, and you know, he'd be home. He'd be around less threatening people.
Yeah.
You know? So
yeah, he would receive less racially threatening DMs in his Instagram, which probably should be private. But hey,
I don't know. But I'm sure he doesn't. I don't know. I'm sure he has somebody that's probably doing that.
I would hope.
I would think.
I would hope.
I don't know. I don't know.
KD also forgot to switch from his burner account to his burner account from his regular account, and
burner accounts.
The way he he forgot to switch from one of them.
Yeah, one of them.
He tweeted from his regular account, and so some of these cats are not.
Yeah, but I'm curious to see where Brown goes. I'm gonna keep my eye on the Atlanta Hawks and see what they want to do with Trae Young. But that's the NBA in a nutshell. The draft is Thursday night. After Vic goes, who knows what'll happen? After that's the only constant we have right now. The only sure thing is Victor Wembanyama is going first.
What is San Antonio going to do? You know what? Never mind.
Hey, Greg Popovich is going to turn him into the next Tim Duncan.
Or, never mind. Or Boban Marjanovic, but
he's going to be called the bigger fundamental.
How much does he weigh? 230?
230. Yes. 7'2", 230. The bigger fundamental. No, the taller fundamental.
The taller fundamental, because, yeah. Which is so crazy, because he's that tall, and somehow he still probably won't have a paint presence.
Not in the NBA. No.
That's crazy.
No, not his first year. He's got to hit the weight room. Like he needs to eat. Yeah, he needs to put on about 15 pounds.
He needs to eat.
Oh my God. And yeah, I'm you know what? I wouldn't be shocked if they draft him and he doesn't play his first year.
Oh no, no. I doubt that. I doubt that he plays. I mean, this is San Antonio we're talking about here. I don't see it.
Yeah, I'm like, man, because I'm to risk putting him out there because he's the number one pick and getting hurt.
If he plays, he plays a lot of. He plays very limited minutes.
Yeah, he's gonna get hurt. He's, 7'2", like you say. Okay, yeah.
Welcome to the league, big fella. Welcome to the association.
He's not going to be fast enough to play small forward. And he's definitely not going to be physical enough to play the 4. Definitely not the 5. The 4, no, absolutely not. Like I can see the list of 4s in my head that will purposely try to impale him.
I need to go back and look at the combine because he wasn't there, was he?
I don't think he went to the No. I mean, would you go? I wouldn't go to the combine either. If I know I was the number one pick, why? I'm not going.
No, yeah. Hey, why ruin your draft stock, right? Because
exactly.
Yeah, you run that scrimmage, you would probably go, hey.
Yeah. Hey, yeah. And they're all gunning for him.
Yeah, they run those 5, yeah.
Yeah, they're all gunning for him. You did the right thing. Go ahead and get your number 1 draft.
I'm wondering about Imani Bates.
Slotted to go 3, right?
Right.
Who's got the 3rd pick in the draft this year? Is it Detroit? No. You know who has number 3? Portland. Which would be interesting. But then again, if you do that, you're clearly I think you're signaling that it's due over time.
Yep.
So I mean, that would be I think Scoot. I think it's general consensus that Scoot Henderson's going 2nd.
Yeah.
And yeah, so it could be Amani Bates, and it could be, what about Brandon Miller? I mean, we're talking about the Portland Trailblazers, so I mean, they can pretty much take any position except point guard.
I mean, yeah, they could really go. They can really just kind of take their pick out of like the litter of the
Exactly.
top 10, 15 picks and say, hey, we need that,
And that.
a backup that. Okay.
So I mean, but they've got to do it quickly because Dame is what 31, 32.
I want to say he's
Clock is
32.
ticking, right? He's 32.
I want to say, yeah.
Clock is ticking. So you keep bringing in all these young, players. Hey, that's great, but I mean, you got Anthony Simons there. But I'm like, I'm sure Dame is like, I don't have time to wait for these players to
develop.
And I don't know.
And he's right. I mean, rightfully so. He doesn't. He's yeah. If we're talking about players still having Dame still has maybe a few of his best years left.
Oh yeah.
And that's just being realistic, just based off of the life cycle of a ball player. I mean, especially in the NBA, he doesn't have that much longer. And he wants to win. Like, he wanted to win in Portland, but if it's not going to happen, he needs to strike it. He's finally coming to the conclusion that he may need to strike out elsewhere.
Yeah, it's not going to happen in Portland. So I think that's the general knowledge. But wait a minute, I just thought of something. So I'm looking at the draft order, right? And we all know who has number one. Right. That being San Antonio. But number two, and this could get really interesting, and this is why we'll go back to Dame Lillard. Number two is Charlotte. Do you think they're going to get a point guard? I think not.
I think they have too many. Well, they have too many guards that pose as point guards. LaMelo, Terry Rozier.
I think LaMelo can stay at point though. Terry Rozier is a two-guard player that plays point every now and then. But I think LaMelo is. I think he's good there. So if that's the case, what if Charlotte skip Scoot? Skip Scoot. And see what I did there. What if they skip Scoot? if they elect not to go with Scooter Henderson.
Skip Scoot, jump the boogie.
And so if they elect not to go that route, and Scoot Henderson falls to Portland, this can get really interesting. Now you have Scoot Henderson, who is the number one ranked point guard in this draft, and you've got Dame Lillard, and you say, it's time for us to start over. We ship Dame and we draft. If they draft Scoot, I promise you, that's it. That's it. Lillard will be traded before the night's over with.
Well, hey, at that point, yeah. I mean, that's just writing it in the sky at that point. Like, I mean, it's just like, yeah, we're going to start over. I mean, and it would make sense. It's like, all right, hey, we'll draft. We're not going to put anything. We've got young pieces. We're not going to bring in any more money to put pieces around Dame when we can just start over, pay less, develop, and see what happens.
Yeah, I mean, and you got to figure with a talent like Dame, what you bring back has got to be one heck of a haul. Like I can literally see Portland have about. Is there anybody that has multiple picks in the first? Yes. Oh God, I feel sorry for him, but the Orlando Magic has.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, the Utah Jazz. The Utah Jazz has 3 picks in the first round. Keep your eye on Utah. Danny Ainge. Keep your eye on Utah.
Oh wow. Oh wow.
Keep your eye on Utah.
Number 9, number 16.
I could see
28.
number 9. I could see him wrapping, maybe not number 9, but 16 and 28 and a player and shipping them.
Orlando has 2 picks within the first 15.
They do. And they need a point guard. They need a point guard.
Yeah.
Now, Dane would be upset. But, you know, he'd be furious.
He wouldn't show up.
He'd be
He would not show up.
Oh my God, he'd be furious.
He would go to Orlando, go to Disney, like take pictures on Instagram. He would not show up to the facility.
Hey, I'm in Orlando. I'm just not there. Are they the only teams? Yeah, I think they're. Well, Brooklyn has 21 and 22 back to back. There's a guy. It's gonna be. I think it's gonna be an incredibly interesting night Thursday. I think you're gonna see names flying across the screen, going from team to team. That's what I think.
My popcorn's gonna be ready.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Nachos for me.
My snacks are gonna be ready.
Oh my God. Oh my God. So that wraps it up for us, y'all. Thanks for watching. Again, every night, 8 o'clock.
Tuesdays.
Yeah, that day. That day, because that was the wrong spot. That day. All right, tell them where they can.
All right, man. Yeah, 8 p.m. Tuesdays. If you want to find us, you can find us Spotify, Apple Podcast, Amazon Music, iHeartRadio, the Google Plexuses. I don't know. That just happened. Instagram, Twitter. Find us on the book. And if you just want to see all of this in live action, YouTube. Check out the YT.
That's a wrap for us tonight, y'all. Thanks for watching. And remember, riggedy bow.
Why?
We out.
Oh my God.